Stream Deck.
Quit playing.
And I'm vlogging it too. Gas showed up. What's happening?
Yeah.
I want that to sound too sure about that.
He's so mad.
About to drive a Ferrari F430.
Yo, my guys, my people, welcome back to Any and Everything Podcast, where we know any and everything about absolutely nothing. I'm your boy Ralph, back with Moan, Marcus. Unfortunately,
What's
Mrs. Zoe today, but we're going to keep the show rolling like we always do.
So
You know
gay.
what I'm saying? What's good with you fellas? What's good? Let's talk about it, man. What's good? What popped off for the week, Moan?
Ooh. All right. Well, I'm about to be an early heavy downer. So,
God damn.
I just left from my pop's house. I helped him clean out his garage for the holiday, which is what's today, the 3rd. So tomorrow's the 4th, right?
Yeah,
Sir,
By the way, happy 4th of July. So
early.
Yeah. Happy
Early.
4th of July. So I hope you guys are safe when you're popping your fireworks and all that stuff. And then earlier in the week, so last week I had a story about somebody what am I trying to say? Somebody hit my car, right?
Yes.
yeah.
This week, a white dude called me a nigga when I was at work, right? So, make a long story short, I approached, it was a customer, and I was working on their car. They gave me approval to work on their car because, I'm in automotive. And upon me working on the car, her son came out, and he goes, "Who is that in my car?" After I got the approval. And she let him know who I was. And he was like, "Tell that nigga to get out of my car."
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And I get up. I said, "Excuse me, what you say?" So he was like, "I don't want you working on my car." I said, "No, did you just call me a nigga?" So he was like, "I said I didn't want you working on my car." I said, "You know what?" I said, "I'm about to beat you." I said, "You know what? Matter of fact, I'll see you later." I left his car completely apart, and I told him, "Go take it to the dealer." So his car is fully disassembled.
Hey, that's what you get, man, when you out here. I mean, this is 2022. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus
We
Christ.
need to be way past all that extra bullshit, man.
Yeah.
It's insane that people still feel the need or feel that it's cool to come at you sideways. But be that as it may, man, I hope he finds some help and some peace in his life, bro, because he gonna mess around and be resting in pieces. But
Yeah.
Mark, what's good with you, Brody? What happened with you this week, man?
Oh man, what's going on, man? I was just like to tell y'all, I got like 5 more customers, at my gym. I'm a personal trainer. I got gains on. I got bicep. I lost a little weight on myself. Now I'm just playing with y'all, man. I did good, man. I knocked it out, man. Like I said, it's really about trying to get my time together. So I've been working on that. I've been working on that a whole lot. And I'm getting back into designing my tattoos. I'm trying to get some things together so I can get me a pad so I can start getting on designing t-shirts as well for the marketplace. I want to get on that ASAP. So I am working on that. I got to get that done ASAP. Them things are not cheap. So I'm really focused on getting that off the ground as well. So aside from that, I've been just investing in myself, trying to make sure I can get everything in order to better perform.
And that's big. That's important too, man. A lot of people need to realize it's just as important to invest in yourself as you invest in everything else. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be your career, your family, and everything. Self-care and self-love is very important. As far as for me this week, man, major week for me. Besides work for a change. You know what I'm saying? My mom and my little brother are here, man. They flew in from Canada. They got here Friday. My mom was supposed to be here Thursday. Flight got canceled in Toronto. She got here. I'm sorry, she's supposed to be here Thursday. She got here Friday. My little brother got here Friday. My brother had a smooth trip, transited the whole night. My mom, on the other hand, they lost their bags. So we're gonna swing by the airport on the way out to my in-laws' house to see if we can get those. If not, I got a friend that works at the airport, and he's gonna try to see what he can do help my mom get her bags back. But I'm really excited, man, because come Tuesday, I'm driving out to the beach with the family. We're meeting up with some other family I ain't seen in some years. So it's gonna be a good time, man. It's gonna be a good holiday. I'm really excited to see my mom. I ain't seen her in 4 years, so it's major for me, man. It's gonna be a good week for me, man. Oh, Tony, what up, though? What up, though? What up,
Oh,
though?
Tony, what up, man? What up,
What
man?
up, big dog?
But you know what I'm saying? Today, we got a lot of interesting things to talk about off of one subject that can lead into some other things. Our subject today is pretty much the vicious cycle or the vicious circle, right? Everybody knows, how this circle goes, right? When it comes to relationships, right? Girls talk about it, guys talk about it. We talk about how we get in a relationship and, you trying to give this girl the world, she treats you like trash, and just at the end, when you're ready to break it off, she wants to hit you with the last guy that I was with did all these things, said all these things, never followed through. And that's why I am the way I am. Well, now you done pissed this dude off. And now this dude's like, yo, I'm not giving nobody else the amount of time and attention that I gave you because you don't appreciate it. So then they turn around, they take that attitude to the next relationship where there's a chick that's waiting or a woman that's waiting to get all the things that he was willing to give the last one, but he's not willing to give it to this one because the last one screwed it up. So he screws her up. And then, it goes on and on and on, right? It's a terrible cycle. We all been a part of it. We all seen it at least. So I figured why not talk about it? And then as a bonus, later on in the podcast, we are going to talk about the most infamous and famous video that's been going around TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, the whole nine, where my man's brought his kid some food and the baby mama was pissed because he didn't decide to feed everybody in the house. Which I mean, in the video, it looked like he
Don't
had
even, don't even,
somebody
don't even
do
start
her,
it
but
yet. Nah,
we're not.
cause
Boy,
you gonna
I
get
got
pissed, and we ain't gonna even touch the
so
main subject.
much to talk about with that. But let's talk about this vicious cycle, bro. Let's talk about breaking the vicious circle that we have going on, man. And I cannot lie and say that other people have not been a victim to my past relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's real easy to create that situation when you've been through as much as what you've been through, right? So when you've been played to the side and you're trying to give somebody your all, and it just seems like, oh well, okay, that's cool, that's nice, whatever. You just feel real unappreciated, and you're like, yo, why am I doing all this extra stuff? You know what I'm saying? I see all these other dudes treating women like trash, and I feel like they're getting more action than I am. You know what I'm saying? More respect than I am. So then, oh, somebody slamming doors around here. Anyway, that just threw me off. My dog's in the back going bananas right now. Somebody just came in and went out of my house and it's airtight. So sorry, kind of threw me off. I got ADHD. I can't stand still. Um, but fellas, let's talk about it, bro. Tell me. I mean, have either one of y'all been through that situation? You know what I'm saying? Have you been in a situation where you thought that you was gonna be with this one chick, and then all of a sudden it's like, damn, she's actually an asshole. This is not who I want to be with.
I mean, there's been
Like,
a lot of situations.
You want to
Go
go,
ahead.
Paul? What you got?
No, I was just going to elaborate on what Ralph said. I was going to let you go, Mark, but I'll say there's been a lot of situations where our parents told us that ain't right, and we didn't listen until we found out how bad it was. You know what I'm
boy,
saying? One
I
thing
had a
about
kid
me,
with one of
though,
them.
That's true.
one thing about me, like I never would bring home, and my mother really appreciates this, that I would not bring home a girl if she wasn't worthy to be at the house. That's one thing I stood strong with. I didn't bring all the hoes to my mom. My pops knew I was out there, fooling because he a man. He not stupid, But I never it was only a select few. Male, what's happening? It's been only a select few that would come to the crib to meet mama.
That's very true.
Period, man. Period.
Well, see, I was
So
lucky with that. You know what I'm saying? My mom moved to Texas, and then moved to Canada. So
Your mama still had a solid right hand over the phone.
She did.
Bro, no, listen. The only girl my mom had met that I brought to her at sort of an early age that she really approved of was my ex Keisha, right? They had so much in common. I was with Keisha for so long, and when things broke up, you know what I'm saying, when things got rocky, that's when I went into my asshole mode. You know what I'm saying? And that was the perfect example. You know what I'm saying? That was somebody I gave everything under the sun to. You know what I'm saying? She said she wanted a burger. I'm like, you want me to walk or drive? You know what I'm saying? I try to give her the world. You know what I'm saying? Now, but we'll get into that part a little bit later. But as far as bringing them home, my dad, my
Hey,
dad on the
boo.
other hand, didn't give a damn. He
There's a
knew. He
mail
was
say
like,
where I'm at.
they just left. They went to go pick up some stuff because they lost her bag, so she's going to pick up some stuff to at least stay on top of her stuff. You know what I mean? But Mark, you was getting ready to speak on it, Doug. What you got?
I mean, to be quite frank, I think everybody had that experience, and it's funny because to me, it all revolves around the type of person somebody's looking for too. Sometimes we put these experts, like we want somebody to be like, "Oh, I want to look like, Kim Kardashian, but be smart like Oprah, and I want her to cook like Roseanne." Like you be having all these expectations, and then you might find a look, and you don't have the brains. You might pass the brains because you don't have the look, and then
I never passed my brain.
I mean, absolutely, I get you. But aside from that, looking at it, I've been on receiving and giving ends of that vicious cycle, and I hate to say that. I really hate to say that. Where I've been with some really nice women, and I guess bringing on that club life scene, I would be tangled in. I would bring that into these nice women and be looking like, yeah, well, I ain't ready to settle down because I still got to see what's out in the streets. And it'd be terrible. They'd be bringing food to me, cooking the whole nine, and I wouldn't appreciate it, but I wouldn't take it for granted. Like I wouldn't take it like a man should have taken it. I will always take it like a boy. But well, shit, yes, you bring me something to eat. I'm hungry. That's what she's gonna do. And I would give that. I would give that. But then it'd be weird because I would be giving the woman who don't want to be settled down with me all of my attention. The woman who in the streets, all my attention. And that's that cycle. You got the good one that's bringing you food and want to be with you. And you're telling her, oh, I just want to see what's out there. Then you're going out there to the woman that don't give a damn about you. And you bringing her food and she's telling you, yeah, I don't want to do this. I'm going out with my girls tonight. And it's just all the way around. And I have to say I'm big on the receiving and giving end of that. And I do want to touch on
that. Sounds so bad. Pause.
It's bad. It's bad.
That's big pause, dog. Big pause. I don't want you
You catch and receive.
I mean, I hate that y'all keep going to these weird phrases. We in a new era nowadays. So
no, and I feel you, bro. I feel you. I was big on passing that shit out. You know what I'm saying? I would get the good one at the crib sometimes, and this is just sometimes. And we're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You hungry? I'm like, cooking food? For who? Me? Shit. This motherfucker's up to something. This motherfucker is up to something. She can't mean no good.
Me or something.
Right. You being way too nice right now. And that's the other thing too, though. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're just blinded, right? We can't see past what we want in that initial moment.
Mm-hmm.
I would see, yeah, she cooked, she cleaned, but she giving them cakes, and I'm looking for the cakes, so I'm getting the cakes. You know what I'm saying? If you cooking dinner, that just means I did a good job, supplying. But for real, instead of looking at it as, this person is really feeling me, is more than just a sexual relationship. They actually see a possible future. It's nope, I must have did something right. That's why she cooking. It couldn't have been because it was from the heart. It couldn't have been because it was feeling me. It was because I supplied them with something and I did a good job. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that's how I looked at it, but I'm not saying that is exactly what it was.
Give it out. to get what you want to receive back in a good fashion.
But
Right.
now listen to me. I think that's a percentage of why it's a vicious circle. Because just like what y'all just did was exactly what's going on. We go out
No,
there.
I agree. I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? Yeah, we go out there with this perception that if we give, this is supposed to happen. Other than
Right.
whether I give or not, she's still gonna do it, and I'm gonna still give her what she would give me if she didn't do it at all. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we misconstrue when it comes to the vicious circle. It's like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna give her the big salami, and then in the morning I'm gonna have me some bacon. No, it don't. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. And that's why,
Whoa. Let's not say it doesn't work like that, because sometimes
some
it does
cases-
work. Some cases.
in shit cases, yes. And the reason why I say,
But is it a shit case?
listen to me, Ralph. The reason why I say shit case, because that's
This is
the only
interesting.
thing that's holding that relationship together is good pipe and breakfast. That's all.
It is.
That's what he's all
Eventually,
for.
that shit's gonna crumble, bro.
But see, that's what I'm saying, though, right? At one point in time, that's what it was about. Like, yo, tonight, I'm about to I'm about to give you 110%.
See, dog, that's terrible. See, but
When
that's
we get done, I'm gonna
that's
be
the
sweating.
problem right
Wait,
there, dude.
wait, but like you said, you expected at the end. You done put on the best show you've ever put on, boy. You done did it all. You done did it all. And when you done and you walk to the bathroom with the beat it up there, it's like, yeah, I know what I'm getting in the morning. I'm getting some breakfast because I laid that pipe. And then you'll get no breakfast. You're like, yo, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Look.
It goes to what the fuck?
You done did all these works. You done put on the fire show. You had torpedoes. You done did it.
Boy, I'm trying to tell you.
You wake up and she getting dressed. She getting dressed like,
But
yeah.
look,
I'm
But see, on the flip
look,
side,
see,
that's the one. Go ahead.
I think y'all focusing too much on the vicious circle when it comes to togetherness with men and women, relationships, relationship.
No, because that adds into it. That adds into it. Think about it, Mo, because I'm only putting in that great work and I'm expecting that breakfast because I'm thinking that this one may be the one. And like you said, you wake up in the morning. That's why you put in all this work.
You got caught up. Nope, you got caught up because you just said you putting in that vicious work for that breakfast in the morning. You don't give a shit if you good or not.
No, let's put it this way. There's been plenty of times that I put in work and I knew what it was. Like I knew it. I'm like, I'm putting in work, so hopefully you tell your friends and they can come get a job too. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? Before we go to the next one, Ralph, that's exactly what I'm talking about. See, now you put in work thinking it was a good one, but she was fucking with a nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
Breakfast in the morning. You see?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You out here doing.
Ralph.
No, I am. I'm saying you out here putting in all this work. You're expecting a breakfast because you're hoping that this is the one, right? You're like, oh, I'm getting breakfast in the morning. I beat it up. And then you wake up in the morning, she getting dressed, she leaving, she going to the other motherfucker's house. Right. He about to get breakfast without putting in any type of work.
Absolutely.
But you steady chasing that one. That's the bad one, right?
And guess what you're chasing?
But what you're missing is the good one. And don't get me wrong, at the same time, I'm chasing the bacon too, because I like bacon in the morning with my eggs. But you know what I'm saying? I expect this to go the distance. You know what I'm saying? If it was something I knew was gonna be great, I smash some cakes.
You want to know?
It is what it is. I get breakfast when we go to Coney.
You want to know why some things are different when it comes to different people, even though sometimes that person has all the credentials and is better than all the other person that he deals with, is because of what you set up the first time y'all met. The first time you got together, the first time you met that girl, you, not saying you, but people in general, they think about sex. And that's what it was up front at first. And then you do all this other extra stuff, right? And then the dude that ain't nothing come around and he get all the benefits because of how he set himself up.
Right.
so right, when you dealing with situations like that, a lot of people, same thing when we were hanging out downtown Belle Isle in Detroit. We could never understand how these big, obese, ugly looking dudes was getting model chicks. Right? A lot of it had to do with money, of course, because that's what they set up front. And secondly, it's the other part, money played a big role. We already know that. And then you got the good guy at home who's doing everything, but she wants to get everything to the guy that ain't doing nothing. you know. But the vicious circle, this is what I was trying to say earlier. The vicious circle doesn't apply to just men and women. This applies to friendships as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
facts.
And here's why I say that, right? Let me go to it. So here's our not definition, but these are the things that's in a vicious circle, and some applies to relationships, and some applies to friendships, some applies to employees, associates, colleagues, and friends, and all that stuff, right? So communication is one, right? Arguments is two. That applies to friendships as well. Staying
Yeah.
close, that applies to friendship. Sex and intimacy applies to whoever you open yourself up to. Because I'm not smashing none of you niggas. That's number one. Cause y'all my dudes. Infidelity, that applies to relationships. Money, trauma, showing gratitude, children, which applies to relationships, battling over chores, that applies to friendships and relationships, especially when you got roommates and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Trust, safety, changing life goals. That's a big one for changing life goals. We've all experienced.
Now we covered that. Hell yeah.
But I'm just saying, we've all experienced being successful because we all are. And some of the people that didn't follow the same path that you're on, right? And then somebody that you thought was your man's for 10, 12, 13, 15 years start acting different because you decided to change your life and do better with yourself and create something for yourself for your future. And people get offended. People get like that when you get married. When you get married, you start seeing the difference in certain people. When you get into a real relationship, you start seeing a difference in certain people. And same fight, different day. That applies to both, to be honest with you. Friends fight, relationships they fight, people in general. That we ain't gotta say friendship, just people that you deal with. Like everything is so decisive now in these days, right? And the people that you deal with, it's just a vicious circle, and we don't know when this rotation stops, bruh.
Well, I think it all comes down to of your preference, and most people changing their attitudes with shit because a lot of that shit that you just named, right? All of it makes sense, but at the end of the day, it's about what that person wants and what they're willing to take, right? So, for example, everybody's all hunky dory when you're in the same boat, but when you elevate yourself and move to the next level, it's more of like, damn, you think you uppity or you doing it, so you doing that, and you think you better. No, I just decided to get myself out of that situation. I don't want to go back to it. You know what I'm saying?
All that
And
stems from a choice that you finally decided to make.
exactly.
And if you got real friends in your corner, when you make that choice, you tell the friends like, "Hey, this is what I want to do," and you kind of open the door to do it together once you share that information. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
facts.
So,
Oops, wrong button.
Right here.
Oops, wrong button. My bad. Oops, that's for later. Anyway, but
go
no,
ahead. You want the spotlight now?
no, I'm saying, but you're right. I wasn't trying to do. I was trying to move you over here. I'm still learning this shit. Bam! Look at that. I did some things with some stuff.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
And look, first he put me on it, then he started talking in the little corner.
I know, but that was an accident. See, so I'm gonna do that.
There was
Boom,
a trap
right
kid
back.
in there. It was a trap kid with handcuffs.
Give us free.
Give
Give us free. So, see,
Go
now
ahead,
we
Rob.
bouncing all over the place. Oh no. I was just literally trying to move some cameras around. That's all, man. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to jump in on that one.
But I mean, I think
But
we've
I
all
feel you.
experienced that, and I think everybody at some point in time experienced dealing with somebody, and they felt that somebody was such a match, whether it was friendship, coworker,
Right, anybody. I agree to that.
Anybody,
Yeah.
and they just like, wow, and it could be the slightest thing. It could just be the next day this person had changed after a month or two or anything. They just changed. It could be you that, like you
LV,
said,
what's happening?
oh, it is LV. But you can get to the point where you do want to do something different. Like, matter of fact, I remember telling some of my friends, I don't want to do the club no more. We do the club every weekend. I hear the same music every night. All we're going to do is get VIP, sit up there for a while, get drunk, go home. I said, I'm kind of tired of this routine, And a few weekends passed, I noticed less calls, and they still be going out, and I be trying to do my my little thing and settle in and be amongst what I thought was right. And I lost a lot of people because I'm like, damn, they still want to do the clubs, but it's nothing there. And a lot of them never been married. A lot of them still at home with the parents to this day.
That's crazy.
And then they looking at me like, oh, damn, that's nice. You got a house now, man. Oh, you moving up in the world. And I'm like, why you got to say it like that? God damn.
Don't you hate that, though?
I grew up. Like, what?
Hey,
Oh, damn,
but you know what,
though?
though?
You got it all now, brother. And I'm like, wait, whoa.
So you mad at me, though?
But you know what, though?
Is go get to the goddamn STD place, nigga. Don't let me expose you, man. But then, I have to bring it down and let them know, like, look, I humbled myself. I'm not trying to put you on blast like that. But it's funny, and I think that's another thing we got to look out for, too. We get a lot of people that's fans, and they're not really.
Boy, that's major. That's major because you're right. You get a lot of people that you thought were friends. Yeah, and they act more like fans.
There you go.
And on the other note, I'm a huge fan for all of my friends, though, right?
Exactly.
Because I'm excited when I hear like, yo, you did what? Man, congratulations, bro. I've been hoping and praying that shit would happen for you. You know what I mean? I am a fan of that. But when I say I'm trying to get more like you, that's just a compliment. I'm not trying to be like you.
Yes, Ralph, no, that's my huge pet peeve. I hate
that. But see, and that's how. But see, this is how I look at it, right? I look at it this way, and this is how Moan look at it, right? Some people, because of that difference of how we look at stuff, they're like, "Yo, that's not my dude. That's not my friend."
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to learn to separate that shit because all you're gonna do is take that to your next friendship.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Me and Moan don't always have to see eye to eye, but that's my dude, 100 grand. Same thing with you, Mark. Tony, all my people I hang out with. We ain't always gonna see eye to eye, but y'all my peoples, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm telling you something that I'm proud of, and you like, oh, so you think you better than me because you got a good like that. That's not how that's not how it's supposed to go, bro.
It's not a competition.
You're supposed to right. It's not a competition. I'm happy. I'm proud. I'm sharing this information with you, hoping that you're just as happy for me as I would be for you. But if I tell you that and you're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with that dude no more because, he thinks he's better than us. He got a good job and shit. You know what I'm saying? That moved all the way to North Carolina. He don't fuck with us no more. I'll stop fucking with you because you're stupid. You still doing the same dumb shit. And you're not about to put me in the same in those same situations that we used to get into together. I decided to get out. If I keep sticking with you, I'm going to put myself back in that situation.
Amber, what's happening?
And I'm going to exit the barrel.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm never trying to pull nobody down, man. I'm at the top of the barrel if I can, trying to pull you out. Let's get this money. Let's get this new life. Let's get the success together.
See, I'm different. I'm a hardball, right? So Ralph know me. Yeah, the thing I hate the most when people be like, "Man, I'm trying to be like you." I'll be ready to smack you. You don't. My path was different. You don't want to be like me. Trust me, because it may not work. Nori, what's happening? You don't want to be like me. You don't want to do some of the things I did. Because some of the stuff that I did was chance taking chances. There was an album that came out a long time ago when we were growing up. No, not Chance Rapper, where it was Doughboys Cash Out, and the title of the album was "Chances Make Champions." And I took some chances, bruh. And it made me a champion with my success. Right? Quit telling me you want to be like me. Say you want to. Say that inspires you. Like, man, I like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Or ask me, like, how did you get there? I'll share my story. Stem from that story and create your own path. I'm a trainer. I train people at work, right? And I always use myself as a template. And I tell people that, can y'all still hear me? Because it's like choppy.
Bro, I was saying you choppy. You said I can see you and we can hear you, but it's a little choppy.
Okay, as long as you can hear me, we good. So the thing that I tell people, use what I taught you as a template. Like, take that as this is the basics, and then take what I showed you and create your own structural path to it, to create your own success. This is why God made us all different. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, then he would have made us like, all right, here go Adam and Eve, and I want you to disrespect me like Adam did, and then you can find your success. That's not how that works. You know, we all different. Now we all bleed. We all are human. We all live in the same place, but our paths are always going to be different. Don't now. There are some cases where you see it in celebrities, right? People that look up to people, boxers. A lot of boxers look up to Mike Tyson, right? And they would like to take the same path he took, but they don't want all the problems that he had. You know,
They
what I'm
don't
saying?
want Don King. They don't want no Don
Yeah,
King.
yeah, they don't want that,
But
but
they
they
don't want
want
the
something similar. Tell me
accusations.
that. Yeah, tell me that. Don't tell me that you want to be just like me. That pisses me off.
But
I hate that.
to piggyback off of something Ralph stated, you know, and it all falls in line of what you just said too, Ramon. A lot of people don't have that understanding. Like, you know, because like Ralph said, we all tight, we cool. We ain't gonna always agree on everything. But
that's facts, Lavors.
What make us different from the other people who don't agree with us is we still have some understanding of what you're trying to tell us. Like, we still take the time out to understand. I might not agree with you, but I understand your point, but I don't agree with it. See, and that's what separates them from us. You get what I'm saying? Some people don't want to understand. They don't even care what you're talking about. They just don't agree with it. Those are people you got to just be like, look, yeah, I don't need you in my circle, because you're not even trying to understand it. And that's what creates that vicious circle, because you might have more of them people who don't want to understand you and don't care for your point of view in your circle, which is causing you to be just like them in a way. And I hate to say it, but you see that in America. Like, you got a lot of people that be fighting for these causes simply because the people that they hang with believe it. And they don't want to accept or understand it. And that's what's causing that vicious circle.
People get challenged and they get afraid when facts are presented.
Absolutely.
That's the problem now. Once people understand that facts is a benefit and not a burden, is when everybody's going to start agreeing with everybody else. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, but you have people nowadays that this goes with what I'm talking about, right? This goes with, hey, use me as a template, and as you can see, it works for me. And then you hear something. We got a friend, right? That the whole COVID thing, right? And one case out of 99% of the doctors say the same thing. But there's one person who's not in the medical field convinced them to not be approval of the shot. Does that make sense?
No, but you know what? But you know what though? And I hear you on that, right? I know where you're going with that, but to me, that's still all a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not gonna cut someone off because their choices are different from mine.
No.
However,
It's not to cut anybody off. I'm just saying the difference of what we're dealing with now in today. Well, nobody's going to agree with everything, but it is good to have disagreements. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah, all day.
Experience.
Yeah, you will never get nowhere if you are a yes man or if you agree to everything that everybody's talking about.
Right. This is true.
That's true.
And once again, this is just another thing that's part of the vicious cycle, man. Some people can't agree to disagree.
There you go. And that's my point. That's the whole point of what I'm saying. See, like us here in this box right now, we get to the point where we might not we don't agree, but we understand your point. Mm-hmm. And when we understand it enough to say, well, I understand your point, but I just don't feel it. But this is my point.
Mark.
Yeah.
Touch this, because I got something to say about this. Touch this comment that LV made.
That's a good comment.
Now put it like this. Don't always look at competition as a negative. It's funny because me and Ralph used to do this back in the days, you know, and little did we know it was building on us. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he would be like, you know, oh man, I saved up this. You can't save up that next week. And I'd be, what? You serious? You don't think I can save that up? Next nigga, that ain't shit. I can do the same thing. And we got to this point where we would be banging out, like, saving up this money. I mean, granted, we was dumb as hell. We'd go to GameStop with the money or probably go to the mall.
No. Yes. I was going to say, I remember this.
You remember this, don't you?
This saving competition because we were in this summer program, right? And we were saving bread because
there you go.
We wanted to have some money. We wanted to be fly when we went to Cedar Point, right?
So blessed.
So I can tell. I can tell. Yo, so we saving bread, and right before the trip, me and Mark both go to the store, and we both get some Gucci outfits, bruh.
Gucci.
That's the only thing I ever
You
owned that
talking about
had
the
Gucci
you
on
talking
it.
about
Velour.
the jogging outfits?
It was
Yes,
velour
yes,
Gucci
dog.
shirt outfit.
No,
The
we
ones
had,
we used to wear in prom and
bruh,
homecoming and all that.
Nah, hell no.
no. We had a Gucci shirt and Gucci velour shorts
Shorts, bro.
that we wore to see the point. I think his was black and mine was like a teal greenish looking color, dog. And we both got shoes that threw the whole outfit. This shit was fucking fire. Now, the end of the day was a terrible mistake. Terrible fucking mistake. We rocked velour in the summertime, even though they were shorts. We rock velour in the summertime.
Y'all
We
dumb
was
as
G'd the
hell.
fuck up. We had Gucci on.
It was
Man,
dumb.
damn
It
it,
was
my
dumb.
balls lost like 10 pounds worth of weight. They was sweating, sweat was running down the side of my legs. It was terrible.
So let
But
me see. Hold on
we
one
was
second. Hold on.
flying the
I gotta get
motherfucker,
back.
boy.
I gotta get back to my. I gotta get back to it.
We was fly as hell.
I'm not gonna lie. Had it not, and like you said, it's the same as team building. They both kind of play hand in hand, depending on your relationships with a certain somebody. Now, some people might take competition, and they might not be on your team, and they take it as a challenge, and they're not trying to build you at all. They're more so trying to win that competition. But
And they hope you lose.
and they want you to lose. But in that aspect of me and Ralph, it was more like, okay, he knows I'm on his team.
Yep.
He knows in order for us to do better, we got to do better within each other.
We gotta push each other.
We got to push each other. When I say I've never saved up that much money without a job my entire life, bro, like I didn't have a job. I don't know how I saved that money. I don't know if it was much money. I don't know how the hell I got that much money. But I saved up enough because Ralph was like, oh, you ain't going to be able to do this. And I knew he was my man. You get what I'm saying? See that? But that's what we got to figure out. You got to learn how to cut off some of these people.
So here's the reason why I wanted to touch on this subject, right? So LV made a good point with this comment, and it's a reason why this is important, especially when dealing with your boys. I can agree to disagree with this comment. The agree part is what he's saying right here, right? You should never compete with your boys. It's all about building them up. The disagreement part that I'm dealing with is that competition between boys is actually perfect. And competition helps you build your mans up. You know what I'm saying? You see your mans doing good, and then you like, oh man, he done stepped up to the next level. Let me do that. But in a perspective of it's reasonable. You don't just like buy like a Lamborghini, one of your boys, and be like, all right, I'm gonna buy it when you can't afford it. I'm not saying that.
Some people do take it that far, like idiots.
Some people do take it that far. Some people will take it that far.
So that's why that comment is so important to me when it comes to that, because some people misconstrue that when your man's is doing well. You know what I'm saying? That like okay, if I'm doing something, don't put yourself in a bad position trying to do what I'm doing. Take your time like I did to get to where you want to be. You know? So here goes Zoe. Don't want Ralph to kill more mofos than me. So when he does, I gotta go crazy next match. What?
This is with like Call of Duty, right? Because me and Zoe, we get real competitive.
Oh, competition in gaming is what
we
get
real competitive in gaming. You know what I'm saying?
That's good competition,
right? You know what I'm saying? Because if I drop 6 kills and he done drop 10, he was like, "Damn, where was you at, dog? I thought you was playing the game too." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So now I'm about to push it every team I see, and I'm about to kill everybody I can just to show that I'm better. But that's once again, that's an example of good competition.
Oh, there you go. Hold on one second. Look at this.
Yeah. Amber got a point.
It does depend on the friends. You can't have that friendly competition.
See, but that's what I mean when it comes to you just gotta know your surroundings. A lot of people
you gotta know your people.
Fans. A lot of people having these fans around them and cutting.
Well, yes and no, because there's certain situations where you don't know that person and they never open up that part of themselves to you until that happens.
That's very true too, bro. It's
true.
been a lot of people that I thought was on the same page as me, and they just wasn't. And of course, I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty naive when it comes to a lot of situations, man. And when it comes to some friends,
because you think that's your man's. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're naive to it. You think that's your people's, and you think they would never do such a thing. But I cut Mark off. Let me get back to him. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, but the sad thing is, y'all actually was solving a good thing. Where I'm getting back on the topic. That's what causes the circle. You can imagine now, like say she would have lived through that. Say she wouldn't have got killed. She would have got harmed or something like that. Moving forward, she would never make another friend again. She wouldn't trust it. She'd be so scared that, oh, maybe she's gonna try to kill me. Maybe she's gonna do it.
That's very true.
That's true.
And it's gonna cause that circle because of that one person, that one seed that was planted in your life to make you think that's what everybody's gonna be about. And I hate to say it, but that's what causes a lot of that circle. The trust been broken, betrayal. Ain't nothing worse than betrayal.
You ain't lying. That's where that's part of one of the definitions that we were touching on, which was trust. Trust has a lot to do with betrayal because once you betray somebody, you ruin that trust.
That's facts. That's facts. Hey, listen though. So, speaking of vicious circles, I am about to shift the shit out of this podcast real quick.
Okay, hold on. Before you shift, let's finish the comments. So, healthy competition. Mel is right from all the stuff we're talking about, right? Okay. And so said facts. Amber happened in 2019, true story. Okay.
And then, Tony, me and Mark was we were at Mumford, man, and you were at McKenzie.
Yeah, we was at Mumford. It was summer program, and we was at Mumford. Sure was.
And now when you say summer program, I think it was because we both was idiots in school. We had to do summer school. I can't remember. It might have been just.
Well, we was killing it in Mumford though. We was murdering in Mumford. That's true. I don't know how we ended up in that motherfucker, but we was fresh. I don't know either. But Lord had my balls dripping.
Boy, I'm trying to tell you, bro. You ever walk around with a sauna around your waist? But hey, look, let's get into this video, man.
I'm
itching to get into this video because I put this as a status. I commented to this video like this woman was talking to me, and it really, really pissed me off. And a lot of people like, yo, that's bold. You need to, you need to be able to feed all the kids. So look, we're gonna play the video for those that haven't seen the video. Right, and then you can go ahead and put your 2 cents in on it in the comments. Let us know, but we're gonna talk about it, man. This shit's bananas. Mo, hit us up with the video, my guy.
All right, so before we continue, I think Mark actually came upon this video, and I think this is gonna be a new direction. And this is what I mean. I know I haven't talked to y'all about it, but I think this is gonna be a new direction of the podcast, where instead of us creating topics, we can touch on some of the real world things of what's going on, right?
Facts.
So these are one of those things where we came across a video and we need to talk about this. And this helps us, instead of just creating polls and ask everybody, what should we talk about next? Some people want to know what's going on right now and what's happening right now in our or not just our input, but anybody's input, right? Of what's going on in the day in the life of where we're staying at or the present. So I think Mark got something going on where we're gonna every Sunday. I think not in full, but I think we should touch on things that's going on probably either that week, right? So all right, so let's like Ralph said, let's get to the video, right?
Allergy medicine.
Look, y'all. Every fucking day, my baby daddy come here with one meal for my child, but I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look,
all right. So before the video continues, right? Let's all touch on it. This is a situation where a guy has a girl. He got her pregnant. He had a kid by her, and he's trying to take care of his son, but she has other kids. So make sure you take the basics of that down. He's there to bring his kid something to eat.
No, his kid, because he only had one.
He had 1 kid with her.
One kid, bunch of other kids.
She has other kids by different baby daddies. And he's trying to do his job as a father. Okay, all right, so let's get it.
Damn good job.
And I bet you he only got one thing in there.
Yep.
I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody.
Why?
What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings, though.
So what are you talking about? What are you
Them my kids, them your kids' siblings, though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the seven.
Whose problem is that?
But if you're trying to help out, though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
How are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings? Them are his siblings, though. He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings, and they're not eating on McDonald's. No, why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car.
No. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
So you telling me that I gotta bring my son food? I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound dumb.
How is that dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where are they daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. Them your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's?
So
you know I get food stamps on the 11th.
That ain't 3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. What
Yeah,
like?
they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
That's terrible.
I did.
Yes, you did.
You ain't doing stuff me to y'all. They're not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids.
Why are you recording me?
Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy. No, you're not. No, you're not.
He is a perfect daddy. Number one. He's a perfect daddy.
Yo.
Okay. Video's almost done.
I don't need to watch no more.
You only come here with one
Okay, all right. No, we gotta watch the part what she did after.
piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all. Then he can't take that. He can't eat it.
Maybe if you had 1 or 2, I could maybe. You got it's 3 extra kids. What the? Do I go to my mother account, spend money on all those kids? Them not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings, though. Dumb.
So that's what you gonna go with.
Keisha, what's
Those
happening?
are your fucking kids' siblings.
They're my. So
Yeah. So don't. No, I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other ones. You know I get my food stamps on the 11th. Okay, but I'm saying we share the same kids as well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, if you feel away about eating, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the room.
Down to the car. He ain't even got. He ain't got anything for his brother. He come right out to the car and eat with me.
No. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Done. He ain't eating this. Cute.
Okay, all right. That right there pissed me off. Okay,
All
so
Ooh,
Go ahead.
bro,
Okay,
when I
so
first
look,
saw this motherfucking video, bro, let me tell you. First and foremost, I'd like to point out the respect this man has for this woman, okay? Because she's claiming that he ain't taking care of kids. Not one time did he call her out on that, other than calling her. He called her silly. I could think of a million other names to call her, but he called her silly. Then told her the situation was stupid. You're not a good dad because you bring in your kid food, but you ain't supplying for everybody else. And then he gave her an option. Yo, why don't you send the kid out here so he don't have to eat in front of them? He can eat with his daddy. Nope. She want everything to be taken care of. Bruh, this is the biggest pile of shit I'd ever seen in my entire life, bruh. That shit pissed me off so bad when I saw this video. You know, it's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of fathers out here, and as an example, hey, think about it though, man. It's a lot of fathers out here, like her other baby daddies, that ain't bringing no food. So you expect the one that's doing for his kid to do for all, and y'all not together. Like how much she made 0 cents. She did nothing but expose herself.
And the sad thing is, and I didn't even cut you off. The sad thing is, in her response, she had a response video where
I'm not playing that because that's going.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. She had a response video where she stated that she had her other kids after the fact. Like she had other kids before the fact she met him. So his son is the youngest, And I had a pause moment for a second where I was like, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
who gives a fuck?
At the end of the day, he's stepping up to take care of he's stepping up to take care of his kids. And the sad thing is, you got people out there that actually is siding with her in some cases.
Bro, so
you got people out there that actually believe her value and her point, because it's like I said, in any situation, you're always gonna have division. Someone out there completely understands what this woman is going through. And as much as I cannot understand that, as isodyne as that shit might sound, as unbelievable that might be, I have to sit back and hear. I would love to hear what anybody got to say in her defense. Because I'm sorry. In his situation, I feel extra bad. Because like Mel said, he can't win.
He can't win, bro. Listen, man. There's no okay, so there's situations where I would expect that man to buy food, and I'm putting myself in a situation, right? Say me and my wife don't work out. She has another kid, and my daughter wants to have
DLB killing me.
Facts. I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. Like these kids, I guarantee you, them kids have no respect for that man, just like their mama don't. But she expected to take care of everything. Now, like I was saying, if me and Robin didn't work out and she had another kid, my daughter was like, "Hey, I want my brothers and sisters to spend the night." Guess what? When they come over to my house, I'm gonna feed everybody. I'm feeding everybody. They're gonna be just like mine.
You want to know why that's different? You want to know why that's different? Because you don't have to put in work for them to spend the night. But you want me to put in work and my hard money to go ahead. I got so much to say about that.
But it did. Listen, the shit didn't work out for a reason. That means I'm no longer responsible for anything in that motherfucking place but my kid.
There you go.
I feel that way right now. I have no responsibility to anyone that I'm not with but my kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to, dude. If my baby mama had 3 other kids, man, and I bought my daughter an outfit, she just the only one getting an outfit. I'm not buying clothes for everybody. If it's a birthday, I tell you what, you invite me and the family over to a birthday party, I'll buy them a gift because it's a birthday party. But you expect me to supply my hard-earned work, money, and everything else to some kids that's not mine? Are you requiring the same shit from their parents, from their daddy? I guarantee you not. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't be having that conversation. Her baby daddies would be dropping food off of them. But I guarantee you, they ain't even in the picture. So while you cussing the man out that's helping the one kid, right? The one kid, that's one less kid you got to worry about feeding. I'm helping you out. That is help. That is help. There's no way, bro. There's no fucking way. That shit pissed me off so bad, bro.
But then, but that's one thing I would love for everybody to tap into. He said one of the most important things in the video. Where they daddies at?
Exactly. Where they at?
Oh, period.
Like, you know like, I'm here every day. I'm here every day. You know, and she said it. This lets you know that this is what he do every day. She knew he had McDonald's before he got out the car. So he clearly do this every day.
And for you to say he a bad daddy every day, but every day,
you cannot answer the question. When he said, "What the other daddies at?" She went right into food stamps. And
bruh,
I was like,
budget better. Budget better with your food stamps. Don't sell them. Cook for your family. Cook for your family.
It's a bad situation, man.
And like, you know what? And if that was my son, and she cooked for the whole family, and was like, "Hey, you don't have to eat right now because your daddy's gonna bring you some food." I'm okay with that.
All right, so my turn. Here we go. Right. I'm about to shut all this down.
Oh wait, don't end the broadcast.
When you dealing with baby mama, wife, girl, and you have a baby by them, things don't work out, right? And I hate you and you hate me. Let's go to the court system. Let's bring that into factor. So you messing with somebody that got other kids. Well, you got this one kid by this girl. Courts will specify you to take care of that child, and you don't have to do anything for the other kids. So if the law tells you that this is what you about to pay for this one, this is what you have to do for this one, and they daddies need to come up, she need to come back in for the other daddy so they can be forced to take care of those kids. And this is where we at now, and you can't say nothing to him because these are the parental settings that we set. This is the money that we set, and that's what his kid is supposed to get from his daddy by law. You can't sit there and tell me that. Just look at it this way, right? I'm dating a girl. She got 4 kids. I end up getting her pregnant, right? And then she tell me, make sure you take care of all my kids. What are you talking about? I got you pregnant with this one, and that one will have the money that I did. Where's they daddies? One other key factor of that video was he gave her a solution. Okay, so the other kids can't eat. I gave you a solution to not have a problem with the other kids. So have him come out, he can eat with his daddy. So not only that, he can spend time with me, personal time in the car where I can get life lessons or whatever I learned growing up or all the things that I experienced with my child. So not only did I open up the fact that, okay, well, if it's a problem, I got you. Let me figure it out. He can eat with me, and then I can utilize that time for teaching. Because that's how I would look at it. That's how I would look at it. But hold on, Mark. There are certain situations, and I told Ralph this earlier. For an example, like if I go visit Ralph right now, or you, and you got your nieces and nephews, your daughters with you, and I'll be like, hey, say let's get something to eat. Automatically, I'm like, okay, let me get something to eat for all the kids and all of us. That's different. You know what I'm saying? That's different. Because automatically I'm be like, all right, well, I bought this, I bought that. Let's just get pizza. Pizza figures out everything for everybody. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because you could just buy hot and ready's and everybody's covered. But that's a situation of that's your mans, that's your friends, and that's what we do. But when you're dealing with something that you got to deal with for 18 years, that's your biological child. And I feel like the rules should apply. If the court say that I got to take care of this one child, if you got 5 or 6 or 7 or 20 kids, and I got one by you, and the court tells me you need to pay for that child by law, then it don't matter about the rest of those kids. They daddy, she told on herself when he was like, where they daddy said, and she basically said that don't matter. You here now. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
The only time he's got any responsibility for them kids is when they was dating, right? Because I don't believe in dating somebody with kids. Perfect.
If they was dating,
right? That's what I'm saying.
Get the vagina, and I got your kids.
And that's what I'm saying. Like if you're dating, then that's different, bro. But if you are separating, y'all broke up for a reason. Y'all clearly didn't get along. That wasn't the one for you. But I still have a responsibility. You have my child, so I'm gonna take care of my child. That doesn't mean I'm taking care of all your kids.
Now, one thing I wanted to make clear. One thing I really wanted to make clear. If you pay close attention, because I study. I be all on this shit. If you pay close attention to the video, okay, there's clearly more to it behind the scenes because somebody said it too. Communication is key. You can clearly tell in his mind, the communication is, I'm going to feed my son every day. So that means she allowed this man to come over there every day to feed his son without even acknowledging the fact that, hey, wouldn't it be nice?
Bruh,
hey, wouldn't it be a good idea? She let this happen every day because when he got the car, guess what he said? Oh, what you need? What you need?
I feel like what you need? Here's one thing that she messed up with herself because if he was to take her to court, they would look at it as, okay, he brought lunch for his kid, and you admitted on the video, I can't feed the rest of my kid because I ain't got my food stamps. So you're gonna make one kid that actually had a path to starve. So that's neglect. So you just screwed yourself.
I'm with you, Mark. I'm with you, bro.
Like I said, yeah, she let that happen. She let that happen because, like I said, when he got the car, What you need?
But you know what though? If the kid, obviously the father is a good guy, right? Let's all agree to that.
He's a great guy.
Okay, which the kid will stem from his father, correct? Okay, so if the kid got his meal, I'm pretty sure he would have shared with his brothers and sisters if they're dying of hunger.
If they dying of hunger,
no, I'm just saying that's just the most exaggerating way. But I'm just saying you just ruined
11.
You just ruined a special moment for them to really have a connection as brother and sister. If the little kid grabbed his food, you know what I'm saying? He like, dang, my sister and my brother don't have food. Like here's a fry. I know I ain't gonna do nothing. But it's the fact that he did that.
Listen to me, because now we're speaking of a narrative that we don't know. Because, like I said,
right.
I'm picking mine. He could be.
But the reason why you don't know is because she took the food and the drink and threw it on the street.
No, this is what I'm saying.
She ruined a special moment for those kids.
Listen to me, Mom.
Not even the kids, bro.
This is what I'm saying when I said the subtext, because he could be taking after his daddy. He can go on that motherfucker like, hey man, my daddy got me something to eat.
That's true.
I'm about to go smash this motherfucker Big Mac. And y'all go shut the fuck up. And
I'm gonna wave this in your face. I'm gonna wave it in your face.
But
that's how your son ended up beat up.
The problem with that situation boils down to the communication that woman is providing to both the man of that child and them kids themselves. Like, contact the other daddies. Matter of fact, make him an example of contact the other daddies. Hey, look, his daddy come here every day with food. Where y'all at? Instead of putting him out there.
Oh, I got to touch on this. They not deadbeat children because yes, in a way, but their mother made them like kids can't do nothing. Kids can't do nothing. Let the parents guide them on the path to where they're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Right. So kids didn't ask. I hear this all the time. They didn't ask to be in this world.
Nope.
They didn't tell God like, "Hey, I'm a sperm. Hey, can you put me over there with them?" They didn't ask that.
And unfortunately for the ladies that are watching, man, I'm sorry that bullshit didn't happen and they didn't broke that Wade versus whatever the fuck this shit is called.
Oh yeah, Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, that should not be anybody.
Well, there's a whole nother subject.
That is a whole nother subject. But when you said, they didn't ask to be here, now it's almost like they don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Really even if they cannot afford or have the means to take care of a child, not get somebody will say, well, they shouldn't have been having sex. Fuck all that shit. It's still the wife's choice.
It happens.
It's still the woman's choice. You know
okay, but here's my thing. She want to point out what he doing wrong. Does she want to admit what she's doing? That's my thing.
Of course not, bro. She just said she was trying to expose him.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
To counteract what Mom said, in her mind, she's not doing nothing wrong. That's why she recorded the video.
She get
you
it
know
from
what I'm
her
saying?
mama.
Like there's a belief in her head that she just
That's true, Dre. That's true.
She just exposed this man for being a good daddy. That's in her mind. That's not a good daddy. You get what I'm saying? So you got to think in the mind state of this thing. And then think of this is the only case we see it. Think about how many people going through this shit that's not being recorded.
I shared that with y'all on another episode of the podcast. Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember, but when I was at the court system dealing with my situation, there was actually, number one, we already know how it works in Wayne County. There was one situation where the dude, you know what I'm saying, like the judgment come down and then there's problems after that. And the baby daddy want to kill the baby mama, but they can't.
Yeah, you can't. Can't kill
you can't do that. Go to jail.
You go to jail.
That's the only reason you can't is because you go to jail. There was no reason to go to jail.
I'm about to hit some hearts here. I'm gonna tell y'all ladies straight up. Y'all going to the court is not the meal ticket for y'all. And let me explain why, right? Okay, so when I offered to, hey, tell me what you need or tell me how much money you want, I got you. Now, because the court involved, they set a price. Yeah. They said visiting time. They said that. Guess what? You gave me power. So if you mad at me, guess what? I can get to call you a bitch right in your face and come pick up my child the next day because it's my time. And you can't do nothing about it. but when it wasn't involved, you had full control over it. You have full control. I get to say what I want. I get to have the money. I get to do that. But when I get to go, see, y'all think like when y'all go to, I don't care how y'all feel. Y'all go to court.
Like he plotting.
He is because Ralph know where I'm getting at. Y'all go to courts and be like, oh, and then they take their cut. You don't even get the full money.
That's the part I was gonna say, man. When you
I gave you the opportunity to have all the money, like just ask me and I got you. And then you go to court and be like, ha, I got it. No, you really didn't. Because now, guess what? I get to pick them on the weekends. I get alternating holidays, or vice versa. I get to have them through the week, and you get them on the weekend. Guess what? You can't tell me to do. You can't tell me I can't see him at this time because this is my court appointed schedule.
Fuck it up if you want to and lose them all together. It's fine with me.
Yeah, lose it all together. So y'all think going to court is a meal ticket? That's actually a positive for somebody like me. Oh, okay.
Because I have a friend. Shout out to my boy Patrick. I have a friend, and he's an outstanding father. I mean, I watch this man. He's an outstanding father. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna shine a light on him real fast. He's in a bit of a situation where and I hate to put her out like this, but he didn't agree to having a kid. He was like, "Look, I can't afford it. I'm sorry. I know things happen, but I don't think I can afford to be a daddy." She said, "Well, I want a kid." So that happened. Okay, and then it ended up having a kid. And granted, like he said, I couldn't afford one, but he still stepped up. And he did what he's supposed to do. He never dropped the ball. I mean, he bring her by the whole night. I get to see her. I see her grow. I see him teach. I see all this stuff. And he begged this woman. Like, I mean, he seriously sat there and he begged this woman. You see I'm providing for mine. You see that I'm taking care of her. You see I'm a part, I'm an aspect of her life. And it's sad because what you said, Ramon, is a double-edged blade. The court system is taken away from him actually being a greater daddy. Yeah. Because of his funds being deducted, because of these visitations, because of these things that's put into his life to stop him from being a good father. And so when you go to this court places thinking that, oh, we're going to get some resolution, sometimes a dead ass stops somebody that's trying to step up. Because now they lacking the funds. Because now you got them by the balls on the funds. Now you got to double 40 ball. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and I have never experienced this.
Hey, stuff. Deborah, how you doing?
What's going on, Deborah?
What up, Dad?
But to watch him go through it, I'd be looking like, God damn, that got to be.
I see you, Deborah.
Up. I gotta be fucked up, bro. I gotta be real.
So hold on. So Dre hit a point though. He go real talk. She could have said, if you can or have it, can you please pick up some food for the rest of the kids? And I will pay you back. What's wrong with that situation?
That was my point when I first stated it. The communication barrier is there. She let a whole week go by.
The problem with that situation is he probably knew damn well he wasn't getting paid back.
But listen to me, Ralph.
But
no,
at
Ralph
that point in time, at that point,
put yourself in that situation.
But at the same time, he could have been like, "Yo, I'll get him this time, but next time that's on you." But if she doesn't provide, and I get my meal for my one son, it should be acceptable.
You want to know why it's on her? Because she gets free money. He got to work hard for his, but she gets free money.
She get the food stamps. She ain't get it.
Listen to me. When that video first came on, before she can say anything, and I dare anybody to watch it. He said, "What do you need?" It's not even. What do you need?
I don't know. He was asking, "What do you need?" on the fact if I help. I think he was like, "You on that bullshit again? What is it that you need now?"
Bro, no. It's a genuine question.
I hear you. It's a general question, but if you look at him, and I know they don't show his face, but you can see through that blur, man. That man was frustrated as shit. Like, bro, now what the fuck is the problem?
How would you be though? How would you be? If your baby mama did that,
I'm not asking what you need. Exactly. I'm not asking, because my thing is that if you're gonna act that way, don't ask me for shit. And if you're not gonna let me feed my son, I'm gonna pull my phone out and I'm gonna record this shit. Look, I'm trying to hand her some food. I'm gonna record her throwing the food, and then I'm gonna take your ass to court, and I'm gonna get my son. And I'm not. That would be my next move, because if you're not letting me provide for my child, right? Because you expect me to provide for everybody else. That's just it's unreasonable.
Bro, I'm not trying to shit on you, Ralph. But looking at that video, bro, you can clearly tell this is new to him. He's looking at her like, why are you? He even said in the video, why are you even recording?
Oh yeah.
He says this.
Yeah, this situation was new. This situation was new for him.
So I get you, Ralph. You would have pulled your phone out. That's great for you. But this right here lets you know how much of an outstanding person he is. He never called her her name. He asked her, "What do you need?" He never pulled the phone out and start recording her. Well, he literally stood his ground. I just want to feed my son. All the things he did was valid. Where's the daddies at? Why haven't you fed them kids yet? All of these things were done.
Why is it my responsibility? Is pretty much all he asked. Why is it my
responsibility? And that's where that communication comes from. We covered that earlier on going into this topic. She, in her mind, he's supposed to assume to take care of them kids. It's like in his mind, she assumes I'll take care of my son. And there's no communication, bro. No one's talking about shit. That was probably the first conversation they had about ever feeding them other kids.
You better, hey, we got this podcast. You better say what you want to say, bro.
So look, on the flip side, you know, we got a lot of people. We got a nice amount of people watching the podcast, man, right now. And we've heard from some people, you know what I'm saying? I do want to, if you ain't jumped in on this comment, man, please tell me what you think. And, you know, are we thinking crazy? Because if we're not thinking crazy, please explain to us how. You know what I mean? I don't see where he went wrong. All I see is where she went wrong. And if she's tired of the situation at hand, that, you know, she's tired of him buying food for just one kid and not the rest, why is it his job to figure out how to fix that, not hers? Those are her kids, not his. He is doing his job as a father, you know, which I don't get me wrong, I'll never take it away from a mom. Being a mom is a hella difficult job, right? Don't get me, y'all do a shit ton, but it's also
y'all do well, and my wife does an excellent job.
In my eyes, bro, I feel that it's just as hard for men, just on a different scale, because we are expected to provide, you know, food, money, roof, the whole nine, clothes, the whole nine, you know, and we fall short. It's the end of the day for us, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all fall short, you know, y'all got backup sometimes. But please tell me in this instance how she was right about any of it. You know, I can't even, I'm trying to even remotely give her an excuse, and I can't. And not just because I'm personally pissed at the situation. That's not mine, by the way, but it just doesn't make sense. You took this man's hard-earned money and food and everything he bought for his kid.
Why it holds with us? Because we have been there.
Well, yeah, but my thing is what I was going to say is that when she threw the food, so now what? So now all four don't eat.
Yeah, nobody. That's
now nobody. Right? You gonna say ain't nobody eating that shit now? Okay, so now you want me to let my kid not have food?
Ralph, touch on this subject with Dre. Touch on that, or Marcus, touch on that.
Point. Now this is not. Now listen to me. Oh my God, this is why I brought up that video, bruh. She was in the car, done up. This is why I brought up that video. She was in the car, done up. Hair was curled and crisp. Nails was polished. But you can't make a pot of spaghetti. You can't get no hot dogs. You can't do nothing. And that's my whole point. If y'all look at and it's available to everybody. If you look it up, her response video, you can look it up.
Oh, no, hold on. I got you. Hold on. We got to see how she looks. Hold on. Share screen. Share.
Look at her. He knows. That's exactly why I brought up the video. Look at that. Don't even play it. Don't even play it. Look at the video. Look at her hair.
Like I never watched the response video because I had
her eyelashes, bro.
Her main problem. Her main problem was the fact that he didn't bring the rest of the kids nothing, right? But she didn't have food stamps to feed the rest of them. But she looks pretty.
Bro,
that's
makeup
a problem
done, lashes on, hair done. And listen, and even if I gave her the benefit of the doubt and say that she was a fucking hairdresser, right? Say she did that shit for a living. then you need to call up a customer, get that bag, and feed your kids.
Bro.
Not worry about yourself.
You can
That's
get
being
off the screen,
selfish.
bro.
Yeah, she's like that. You know what? That's all right. I can do it.
I'll go
Fuck that
further
bitch.
because we know
Okay.
somebody that do their own stuff. But
Thank you, bitches.
I feel like
Thank
you
you,
put
Dre.
your own stuff in front of your kids. You did all this yourself. Let's just say she did all this herself. You just did that before the kids eat.
Yeah.
How did you
Right,
pay
yeah,
for
that's
Neglecting
time you
the
could have
kitchen,
spent.
bro. Neglecting the kitchen. You ain't even cooking nothing. But you
No,
was in
she
the
ain't.
bathroom.
She don't. No, she using that stove, bro, to heat up that hot the flat iron to press her hair out and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty. Don't get me wrong.
I'm sorry,
That
I know you
motherfucking
took
hair
it all
smell
Hey,
like
down,
look.
hot
but
dogs.
I
Hey,
had
look.
to
I
show
can
this
see.
again.
I can see the edges on them shits right now. You ain't fly. You that's a what you call that shit? A lace front? Come
Bro.
on, hey,
I don't
Mel,
know.
help me out. Help me out. Is that a lace front?
No, listen to me.
No,
That's
because
neither,
she do hair. She do hair. I need to know
That's
because if
neither
that's
here or there, bro. That's neither here or there.
what I'm
I'm
saying
basically
is that
saying
she's
here-
more concerned about everything else except for her kids.
Exactly. Think about that.
She out here worried about getting money, so she ain't got to spend it on her responsibility.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'll go a step further. Where do you think she got the money from? Because we pay our taxes.
Right, and she getting food stamps.
Bro.
She getting some sort of
Bro,
care for that.
this is all like I said, bro. This whole situation, bro, this whole video took me to a whole nother level, bro, because like Moan said, we've been through it. You know what I'm saying? We had to fight that fight to get our kids, you know, to make sure we were in our kids' life. You know what I'm saying?
And it's still going on.
We were one of the
Still going on.
unfortunate ones, you know, that had to go through some shit in the beginning to make sure that, you know, we were the fathers we wanted to be, the fathers we knew we could be. You know what I'm saying? There's not a single person on here don't know how I feel about my kids. You know what I mean? There's never a point in my time where I felt that I could not provide for my kids because I've gone without to provide for my kids. You know what I'm saying? That's not just a dad trait. Moms do it too. Good mothers do it
It's supposed to be a
too.
humanity trait. It's supposed to be a fucking humanity trait. But what I'm saying is this, bro. This shit is happening every day to both people. And I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm just putting out there how it is, bro. You got guys who's walking around with Pradas, Murray's. You know what I'm saying? They got the new Jordans, the whole nine, and their kids ain't eating. Then you got moms doing the same thing. She out there trying to make a response video. She out there trying to expose somebody, and she exposed herself. Ain't no telling what was on her feet. Ain't no telling what car she driving. Ain't no telling what's going on. But she's so concerned about them kids. And we see that on both
But she
ends.
not though.
But
she not though.
Day.
She not though. She not concerned about them kids. She worried about her pockets, bro, because that was a pocket move. That was a pocket move. I don't have to spend my money, so he should spend his money. So I don't have to spend my money. You know what I'm saying? She clearly, as you can see, she got money to go to the store. She got a car. She can go to McDonald's and get the McDonald's too. It ain't like she on the bus. She's in a car unless she's using somebody else. Either way, it doesn't really matter, man. It's just this whole situation was shitty. She was being a shitty parent, a shitty co-parent.
I would have told her to go out there and get on the block. You better put them breasts to work. You better feed them other kids sucking some cock. Well, I mean, not like that.
Bro, I know you know, like I said, it just pisses me off, you know, because from somebody that, like I said, went without for so long, and me scrounging up to do something special for my kid, and you throw it because I didn't do it for the others. Right? This is what makes domestic situations, because boy, that shit would I don't know what situation he was in. Don't get me wrong, he looked like he had matching clothes from head to toe. You know what I'm saying? But either way, he's providing for his son, and you're not letting him do that. You know, there's a part of that vicious cycle right there. That's how good fathers become shitty fathers because it's not fucking appreciated.
And you can clearly see the shitty fathers wasn't there. They're not getting exposed.
I'll tell you what, man. I've been there. I was not able to see my child because my baby mama and her mother and my mother got into it. So I couldn't see my child. It had nothing to do with me. But I couldn't see my kid for one whole year. And that's when I went down there myself and went to the court system, because if I get them involved, you can't tell me what to do. It's over after that. You can't make a decision without me. Period.
That's the
So
same reason I did the same. I did the exact same thing. Kid was taken away from me for no reason, but she didn't expect me to take her to court. So it's men out here that's willing to do whatever they can for their kids to see their kids and be a part of their kids' life. But then you have women that do shit like that. That it taints everything. You know what I'm saying? That guy ain't no telling what he does or how. Well, clearly he sees him every day because she said in the video he brings him food every day.
Every day.
You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't trying to be a part of the kid's life, guess what? She'd be looking at feeding 4 miles with no help, except from the state.
What make it sad is it seems like that's the furthest he can go. Is dropping the food off because she won't let him in there.
And that's the other.
you reaching. That's a
problem,
good
bro.
point. You're reaching a man at his limit, and you want him to do more. Like I can't. This is where I stop at.
From him every day, bro. She
Yeah.
wait at the door every day for that bag of food. Bro, he don't get to see that boy, man. I mean, let me tell y'all this, man. Like I said, we deep into this show.
Deb, you're right about that. You right about that. Robin has helped me make me a better father, even more than what I already feel that I am.
But the sad thing is that video takes away from a good daddy. We're not talking about good daddy.
It does.
We're talking about a bad mother in this situation. You know what I'm saying? And
but
like
it goes well, like I said, it goes full circle. This is
full circle. Yeah, it's full circle. It's full circle. Because that could have damaged them. That could have damaged.
Because now, what if he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not bringing no more food over here.
Yeah.
So now you took his son's daily visits away because it's super unappreciated. Now, if he just showed up to the door like, yo, where my son at? And you're like, well, he hungry. Okay, you got him, feed him.
Nah, yeah.
Would he be an asshole for saying that?
And then
Would he be an asshole to her for saying that, or is like, yo, this is the position you put me in? So you got two choices. You can send me my son outside, or you can figure out how to feed him. And don't get me wrong, I know some women that'll push that envelope until a guy breaks, because I'm gonna break quick. Like, no, he ain't eat today, he ain't eat tomorrow, so he ain't gonna eat the next day. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bring his ass some fucking food. You're gonna send him out, or I'm gonna show up with the cops. One of the two.
Real fast, Ralph. Real fast. Like I said, we deep in this.
Facts.
If anybody got any comments, anybody want to talk to us directly, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing in inboxes. All the contacts, all the links is here. This conversation don't have to end when the show ends.
Sure don't.
It does not have to end when the show ends. Let me let y'all in on a secret that y'all don't know. A lot of times when the show ends, we still in the booth. Sometimes we don't leave until like 5 in the afternoon. We still in the booth discussing stuff. So y'all are more than welcome to continue these conversations.
Please.
Because in something like this, it's passionate. Because there's a lot of people that's going through this kind of thing.
Yo, Winter Rose Johnson, welcome.
While you're on it, we go ahead and need to.
Facts.
I hit it right this time. I didn't mess up this time.
You did. and you buzzing right now, so I'm proud of you on that one. Hey, Winter Rose Johnson, I don't think I've ever seen that name before, but welcome. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to the group.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast. Winter Rose Johnson, we appreciate you coming here. We truly appreciate it. The whole point of it is, please like and subscribe. If you like it, it really helps with the algorithm for more people to see what we're talking about.
And we can do more shit like this. We can talk about the hot topics that just popped off because this is just this past week. You know what I'm saying? Right. We all, I'm pretty sure, and I know I am, we all probably some drug addicts with TikTok from time to time. You sit on the toilet until your legs get static watching TikTok, man. It's just a dangerous rabbit hole to go down. But this one right here clearly has sparked so much interest with everybody. I've seen it on every single platform. Now, I have seen answers from both. I've seen some like, yo, you just need to go ahead and feed all them kids. Fuck that. That's how I feel. And that's just me. I'm not doing it. But, like I said, there are situations where those kids will be fed if they're in my care or if there's a certain situation. But please don't expect me to play husband when we're not together and I'm trying to take care of my son.
Thank you. That's the whole point of me talking the way I was talking. If it goes by the law, then that's what we're going to set the standards as.
Yeah. Listen, we are an hour and almost 30 minutes in. If y'all want to keep rocking, we can keep rocking. You know what I'm saying? I would say something in the comments if you want to keep going. Because like I said, we can probably talk about this shit 3 to 4 hours. really wanted to. I will not be here much longer because my mom's in town and my little brother's in town.
Absolutely, agree.
So I'm going to spend some time with my family I ain't seen in a couple years. But man, damn, this was a great podcast and a great topic. You know what I'm saying? And shout outs to all the dads that's going through situations like this where you're expected to do more than what you're already supposed to be doing.
Tony
And,
Martin.
You know what I'm saying?
Patrick.
Tony, I hear you. We see you, dog.
There's a lot of them, man. That's all. I can't even shout out all of them, but y'all do good as a father, man.
You know what I'm saying? I know I got a world of great fathers as friends. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely,
I can appreciate all of y'all. It's just like I said, this one hit a little home for me because when you've been in a situation where your kid's been taken away from you, or you're not allowed to take care of your kid because the other one feels you should be doing what they want them to do, that shit is terrible, man. That shit weighs on you, man. You know, it's already looked at as fathers are the first ones to step out. You know, but when you got a dad that's trying to step in and do his job and he's not appreciated, it sucks, bro. That shit's real shitty. You know, and I hope, you know, if any of my female friends are sending their baby daddies do that shit and they trying to show up to do something for their kids, man, y'all ain't shit. No, but no, it's real shit. You need to think about that, man. I'm not saying just always take what you can get, but if there's an opportunity for your child to have, you know, both parents in any capacity, you know, as long as it's not causing harm, you need to let that shit happen. Put your differences aside, man. Be a parent. You know what I'm saying? Be a mother, be a father. Don't be spiteful. You know, there's a lot of people out here that get upset because the shit didn't work out or such and such was cheating. That had nothing to do with the kids. You know what I'm saying? That's between y'all two. It's your job as a parent to stick together for your kids. You know what I'm saying?
Together, let's separate.
That's it. That goes both ways, man. That goes both ways. Even if you got a shitty baby mama and she got caught cheating with some other dude and she had a kid, it is what it is. There's no going back in time to fix that. However, that child, that's yours. That's you. That's forever. You know what I'm saying? You don't have an opportunity to jump in and out of a child's life. Do not do that. But, you know, I'm done preaching on that shit.
I know, man. Thank you, Jerry Springer, for your closing thoughts.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and... Hey, Steve!
Hold on. We got a few comments before we leave. Hold on.
Steve.
We can go here. About mine, said feel bad for the church. Oh, sorry. We got to go up further. Man, y'all really talking today.
Oh, you was really in it.
All right, here we go. Marv, I wonder how much women spend on a personal maintenance a month. That's true.
Hey, but you know what, though? Listen, here's the thing. I don't give a shit what you spend on your personal shit for a month.
Just save something for the kids.
Right. It's just put something away to take care of your business. If she was fly as shit and all her kids were fed, great. I wouldn't care.
Prada, Gucci, whatever.
But you talking about I don't get my food stamps for another couple of days. It's the 7th. I don't get it to the 11th.
Well, you gotta look at this though, Ralph. The kids will be fly even outside of the food stamps.
Here's the thing. Just stop putting your personal vendettas on the baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? If he's not being a shitty baby daddy, which don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of them out there.
Drake's all right. McDonald's got some credit off that video.
That nigga Ronald McDonald sitting somewhere like this, like, goddamn. But no, the same money that's used to buy hair is the same money that could be used to buy groceries. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like food stamps is just used for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the same way you can get Gucci, there, when you get your Gucci, you walk to a counter and you put it on the counter. And then you get rung up for it. Don't it sound like a grocery store? It works the same fucking way.
I see you, Dre.
So, I mean, yeah, you know, like I said, you just gotta, I don't care about how you carry yourself. Just take care of the kids first.
Hey, DLB got you.
He did, man. I knew he did, man. This motherfucker, man.
Hey, Ralph, you ain't there, but I'm here.
Hey, look at that. Marv too, bro.
Marv too, go ahead, Ramon, do it again. Easy.
Ramon look like Kirby, dog. Y'all stupid, man.
Man, screw y'all.
Hey, DLB,
like Kirby,
listen, I will tell my mother you said hi, okay?
Don't do that. DLB, you gonna run with that. Don't do that.
Listen, no, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. I'll send a message back with your mother when she comes back home. So don't worry about it.
You see what Nori said?
She did though. Listen, she did. It's funny because I was making these jokes, right? Because no, she did. Listen, she's got a niece and nephew with her. She got her niece and nephew with her, and I'm like, yo, I was trying to get her on the podcast today. I'm like, yo, what's the deal? You know, can you get on? She was like, I'm not getting on because of some other shit. I'm not gonna say what she said because she's crazy. But anyway, she was like, yeah, I'm about to buy these kids, you know, something to eat. And I said, make sure you get some
piece
some
of
food.
Shit for not getting on here. That's what you are.
It was a different situation. I'm almost certain, Nori, it was a different situation. Ronald would be happy with your ass.
No, seriously, she bought it for her nieces and nephews, and I said, hey, you make sure you buy some food for some random motherfuckers' kids that you don't need to take care of, because that's how it's supposed to go. And she was like, well, I am buying food for some kids that ain't mine, you know, and it was her nephew and her niece, if I'm not mistaken. But on the flip side, that's different. That's fucking family. You know what I'm saying?
I told
that
you,
ain't no random baby daddy. Scenario. I tell you what, and she'll get this joke. Listen, if you go buy some food for the paraplegic dude, you know what I'm saying? Buy for one of his kids and not his other one, or take your kids to his house with food and don't bring no food over there for nobody else, and then leave.
Why gotta be paraplegic? Why do we gotta be You know what? This is what we gotta stop.
Hey, listen,
why do we gotta be paraplegic?
Listen, she know what I'm talking. She know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Okay, hey, we done.